welcome to my vlog. Today is a Wednesday. It's not as sunny today, which is fantastic, because once a week I like to come down onto the plot and do any maintenance that needs doing. So whether that's tying anything back, doing a little bit of harvesting, fixing any of the raised beds, popping covers on, giving the shed a tidy, giving the compost heap a bit of a mix around in the chop, filling up the water station, any of those things, any paths that need fixing, because when you turn up to a plot and you haven't been for a couple of days, you never know what you're going to get. So that is what once a week is all about. It's just getting stuck in there, working your butt off to fix anything that needs fixing or build anything that needs building. So that's what I'm doing on my plot today. So welcome. My name is Claire. I am from Wiltshire and this is my double allotment plot. If you like my videos and want to see some more, please like and subscribe and share to all of your friends. These are the cucumbers. They are the gherkin variety and they are currently going crazy. They're very bushy. So requiring a lot of water right now. We've got a small one just down there. Not ready at all. So that one should be ready by the weekend. So we have one that is ready, very fat on the top, a little bit smaller at the bottom, but because of the position where it was in, where it's getting very close to the soil at the bottom, I didn't want this one to get wet and then go yellow, then it'd be no good. So I'd rather pick it an odd shape than lose it completely. I will have one more little deep dive. That's definitely it for today. I've got some that should be ready for harvesting on Sunday, so that's great. This morning was a bit of a rush, so I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm going to have a look to see if I can have any of these strawberries. I'm going to take the netting off now because I don't think they're really doing anything. So the netting's coming off. Let's have a look what we've got. Netting is a must at an allotment, but it does drive me crazy. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. We've got an eaten one here, lovely jubbly. Let's put that in the corner. Another eaten one. Something couldn't wait. One, two strawberries. That's another eaten one. Another eaten one. Something's definitely got in here. This netting's working really well, isn't it, Jess? And another eaten one. got some flowers still on here actually. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, I have a few here that haven't been eaten. And I have one that isn't fully ripe. Let's see how hungry I do get. That one's only very slightly been eaten. I'm not too fussy, but that's it. Nothing else for me. I think I should give up with the old strawberries here. Okay, so not too many, but a couple of big ones. I mean, that's not a bad size. I will have that and see what else I can forage around the allotment for something for breakfast this morning while I'm here. So I haven't felt particularly well this morning, but I came here anyway because being out in the fresh air I think always helps when you're not feeling very well, and I do feel a little bit better. I've not done anything yet, you know, just picked a few little bits and pieces, did a really small amount of water in. I'm going to sit now so I don't burn out too quickly and have my strawberries and my sorrel, and probably look at the pumpkins to see if I need to pop some sticks in to tie any back, just to check there's no dead leaves or anything diseased. If so, I will be picking them off. So that's definitely going to be my next job of the day. Okay, so with my pumpkins I've had a really good look, and I've got one just down here, and this is now growing towards an area that I don't want it to grow on, and it might get infected by my tree that is not doing very well. So I am going to try and get it to grow up and over as opposed to across the ground. So wish me luck, because I'm not sure really how I'm going to do this. Yeah, maybe. See how sturdy I can get this. To be honest, I'm quite surprised how soft the ground is where the trees are. I know it's kept a lot of moisture because I mulched over it with wood chippings, but I am nicely surprised at this. Well, I'm going to go and get some cable ties and finish this off, and hopefully this will stay up and not blow over in the wind. So instead of cable ties, I've picked up 4 pieces of really strong wire. I am going to try and pop it on like so. Thinking this is probably going to be a lot stronger than a cable tie, which could potentially snap. A pair of pliers would have been great right now, but hands will do. No, that's not worked at all. So I may have to get the cable tie. I think it's more my tying skills than anything. Let's pop the other side on, see if I can do that side. Definitely my tying skills, because that one worked a treat. Okay, done. Right. See if I can just pop it down in the ground a tiny bit more. That's a bit better that side. Let's try again this side. Ooh. Yeah, it's gone down a bit more on that side, so I don't think that's going to go anywhere. Right, let's see if we can move this one without it breaking. I don't want to cause any damage because there is actually a pumpkin right at the bottom of this. That looks like another female just on the top here as well, but they're just so heavy. Right, where did I put it? I had another one somewhere. There it is. Sorry about that. You think with pockets, I'd put it in my pockets, wouldn't you? So a lot of sirens going off today. It's a Wednesday, it's not a weekend where you expect a lot more. In place. So that just keeps it off of the floor. Because like I said, there is a pumpkin growing there. And hopefully this can grow up and over, down to the other side, and it just gives me that little bit of extra time to manoeuvre a bigger space if I need to, because I can come back this way a little bit more. I'm having a water tank delivered on Sunday in a few days time, so that'll be the water tank number 2, because there is no running water here at all. We have to bring it all in from home because the water tanks weren't set up until after all of the wet weather had passed, so it's hard going, but we're managing. But a second tank, so this doesn't happen again next year, is going to help massively. Fingers crossed. See all the birds flying past me today because it's very windy. So on to the next job, which is cutting off all of the flowers and dead leaves. Here I go. This is going to take me quite a while. Gloves on the ready, snips in the hands. Here we go. To be fair, I think the worst part was being chased by 2 bumblebees that were not happy that I touched their flower. So you've got a couple of, most of it's water damage. I mean, that was quite brown. I mean, I always say that if it's no good, get rid of it, because it just could spread disease, and that's not what I want. So I've managed to have a really good look at the pumpkins. There are 2 very different pumpkins in there. There's very small ones, probably the size of a large marble. But I'm not hopeful for anything until they're probably fist big enough. And there is quite a big one, and I'm trying to work out, is it dying because it's quite white, or is it one of the white pumpkins? Because like I said in a different vlog, I mixed all my seeds up last year, give them a good wash, and I thought I would just do a bit of chaos pumpkin gardening, and now I'm confused. So I will have another look just to see and have a little Google if it is dying off. If so, I will take it off rather than using the plant's energy trying to fix it. But I've definitely got one that's healthy, 100%. Okay, onto the compost. So onto my next job is just to remove some of the older leaves from the courgette plants. I've noticed I've got 2 more summer balls growing, but the flowers haven't fully opened and there are no bees around there, so I am going to self-pollinate these because I had to chop off my last 2. So come with me and I will show you how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to have to hold you for this one because they are super low. So that's your females there. There's a few going on in there. I can't get to them very well, so I am going to chop back a couple of these just so I can get to them to show you better how it's done. And that's the other one just over there. So let's just take this one off for now, and I will show you what to do with the male flower. So inside the male flower looks like this, just nice and thin inside. What I will do is I will rip off the outside leaves so I can get to the middle better. You would think it would be quite easy just to pop this inside the flower, but the top of the flower is very, very floppy, as you can see. So this does require 2 hands, so bear with. Right. So I'm just going to really gently, I'm going to take my glove off for this one because I really don't want to disturb the flower. So I've gently unfolded it just here, and I'm popping it, the male flower, all the way in as far as it will go. And I'm not going to disturb it too much, but I am going to give it a little wiggle, a little mix round just in there. Then I'm going to pop the male out, close the flower back up until it's ready to open for the bees, and I will do exactly the same to the other one. I'm not sure if you can see that from that angle, but I am going to do exactly the same thing just in there. Give it a good wiggle around, just like that. Now that is the only 2 summer ball I have that's big enough for me to be able to do that on this one. Oh no, there is another one, however it is fully open so it can do it itself. And then I'm just going to pop that back into the ground and then move on to the long courgettes. If there isn't enough sun coming onto these, then they will not grow. So I always look for the bigger stalks, and then I pop them down as far as I can go without disturbing anything, and I lock them off. This one's quite a big one as well, and I will take that one off here. So I mean it's huge. I mean, look at the size of my head, it's huge, but there are much smaller ones on here, so I always leave some on for just a little bit of protection. And I'll just double check while I'm in there, like here, this is quite a diseased one. So that leaf is no good whatsoever, and it won't be benefiting any of this. So let's take that one off. Since we've had the rain, the pollinators are not touching my courgettes at all. There's another few that I'm going to have to take off. If anyone saw my last vlog while I was dealing with these, they will see that I lost quite a few. There's another one there. Be really careful. There is a honeybee there. I don't want to destroy him, and that one's going to be no good, and that one's probably going to be no good. But there are a few more growing here, so let's just hope they will continue. Onto the compost heap, because it's green, it's nitrogen, and currently that is what my heap needs. So now we have a fun job. These beans, I've not harvested any of these beans as of yet, and I don't think there's too many. Definitely not as good as the runner bean family where you get loads, but it's still growing. I mean, it's right up to here now. You can't even see my hand, that's how high up it is. So let's grab some of these off. So I didn't do it the other day because I thought, no, I've got enough. So let's take these off now. Be mindful, there are ladybirds everywhere. Let's have a look around this side. I need to pop that one up on the side. Oh, they're very hard to see, these ones, because they're the same colour as the leaves. Now these have grown in between the netting. How that's done that I don't know, so I'm going to leave that one a little bit longer. Any down the bottom? Yes, I see one. Oh, this is a huge one. There's me getting worried that my dinner tonight was not going to look very good. And I've got a big one there. That one's not changed colour yet, so I will leave that one a bit longer. And that one is extremely strange. They seem to have curled up on themselves, these ones. That's not fun. A couple here. Can't wait to show you these ones. So, as you know, most of what I'm growing I have never grown before, because this is my first year on the plot. Let's have a look, see if we've got any over this side that I can pick off. Yeah, we have one here. And there is one down there, but I really can't get to it. No, not long enough. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure how long these are supposed to be. Let's see if I can get down to show you. Okay, you see the beautiful colour on these? Some are more colourful than others. Look at that one. That's gorgeous, that is. So I know nothing about these beans because the label blew away, which is just my luck. So I can't remember what these are called. So I will definitely have a Google, but this is a good handful. This is enough for a dinner tonight with maybe some chicken, I think I've juiced some chicken and some beans. I've got no potatoes to pull up, but that's okay because I might do it with a cauliflower instead, because I've got a really small cauliflower to pull up which hasn't got any bigger in the last 2 weeks, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm now in my large no-dig bed. It's looking really sad, if I'm honest with you. I think next week I'm going to come down and just focus solely on this bed, because I can definitely get some stuff in the ground here. I need a little bit of hard work to dig up the ground. This one isn't so bad. The small no-dig bed is absolutely solid. So I have got 3 bags of compost to pop on here, and I think I'm going to get in as much as I can, because while I've got the sunflowers growing here, it's going to create a little bit of shade for anything that isn't going to want to be burning hot in the sun, because fingers crossed the sun is going to come back out at some point. We've been really lucky so far, but now we've had no sun for about a week and a half. I'm starting to really notice it in the growth of the crops. So what we've got here is we have 2 cauliflowers, but unfortunately they both look like spider mite has taken hold. So let me see if I can just pull them up. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there is string on here because when it was really hot, the sun was just killing the cauliflowers. Let's see if I can break back these leaves so I can show you how bad the spider mite damage is, really. I'm not lucky with carrots, I'm not lucky with cauliflowers, and that's 2 of my vegetables that I think all would class as a staple, really. Let me keep on going, I'm getting there. I mean, these are absolutely beautiful, but I don't find them as tasty as what the white ones are. Call me old-fashioned, I won't be offended. Oh, there's a huge caterpillar in there. Absolutely ginormous. Oh, there's lots of caterpillars on that. I don't think I'm even going to bother with this one. Let's show you. Just there, one caterpillar. And where did the other one go? Oh, there. Another caterpillar in there. And a lot of spider mite damage in there. Oh, do I take it or do I not? Let's have a look at the other one. Let's just see where we are with that one. I mean, a loss is always a loss, but I always look at a loss in a positive way, as in that will go on my heap, my compost heap, and I will get more nutrition for next year's soil. So that's how I try and look at it. I don't even know what that is on my plant. Oh my goodness. This is a root and a half. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a big spider on that one. Let's get that leaf off first. And this is why you should wear gloves, really. But I'm not the biggest fan of gloves. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. Oh, more spiders. Yeah, this is going to be no good either. If you have a look at this one, it's exactly the same, quite a lot of damage on it. Okay, that will go to the compost heap. And I have got one more over here, but it didn't produce a cauliflower. So I will earth that up. That's an old root I just found. And that one there, which never got any sun. So I've got a lot going on in the compost. That's a lot of chopping down I've got to do. Okay, so I am nearly done now. That's 1 hour of fixing things up. I would normally do 2, but as I said earlier on in the vlog, I'm really not feeling great today and I'm really starting to feel the fatigue now. I was going to make a couple of raised beds today, however I have left my drill at home. I need to buy like a little one for while I'm here instead of carrying it back and forth. So just a quick summary. The pumpkins are doing great. I'm happy with the pumpkins. The sunflowers are beautiful. The cauliflowers, especially the purple ones, they massively attracted the caterpillars and the cabbage whites and you know all of that jazz. So I think that's going to be a no. I'm going to stick to the white ones from now on. I need to get a big strong person to come in, dig over my no dig beds for me. When I say dig over, I mean just literally loosen the top because it is rock hard and I've tried to water it and the water's just sat there, so it's going to have to unfortunately be played with a little bit, which I don't usually like to do. Strawberries, I think I'm going to put in raised beds next year. Keep going with the cucumbers. I think maybe something a bit wider next time as opposed to taller. And what else? Well, what else would I say? I think that's it really. Just, I think, learn from mistakes, do a little bit more watching and reading up on YouTube and in books. And my goal for next week is to get some more earth on the ground, give it a really good water. If it hasn't rained, we are expecting a storm today, so I'm hoping that will help, and plant some more. So plant. So maybe at the weekend I'll be down. Haven't quite decided yet because I've got somewhere special to go tomorrow. So I'm hoping maybe at the weekend I can come down here and just get some planting done. So nothing too strenuous, just a little bit of planting depending on how I feel, and then getting the old chainsaw on the compost heap for what I put in there today, so that way if we do it once a week, keep cutting it down, then we shouldn't have a problem. And still filling up the tanks. I'm getting my new tank on Sunday, so I will have to move everything around to fit that in and get some more gutter in, but that'll be for next Wednesday. Okay, so if you like my videos and my shorts, please like and subscribe. I am new to all of this, as you can tell. I'm learning along with you, hopefully, and hopefully you can leave me some comments and some hints and tips on what I could do better, where I could improve on, or what to try next. Thank you and goodbye.